Daily vlog number 72. I've been thinking about this question. How do you experience God? I thought it'd be a good topic for today's 3-Minute Theology Thursday. It's kind of a daunting question at first. How do you experience God? I think our first inkling is to think of those times when we've felt a great deal of love, or we felt an overwhelming peace, when we felt blessed because things had gone our way, or we felt comfort because we had been going through some hard things and yet somehow we were okay. And those are all good things. And I think God does come to us in those times. But then I think about the experiences recorded in the Bible, in the Old and New Testaments, when people experience God. It wasn't always so happy and warm and fuzzy. Moses encounters God in a burning bush and is terrified. Isaiah has a vision of being before the presence of God, and he's terrified. He cries out, "Woe is me, I am undone." Even in the New Testament, when Jesus is in the boat on the Sea of Galilee and he calms the raging storm that has just popped up out of nowhere, the disciples are terrified. "Who is this," they say, "that even the wind and the seas obey him?" In the scriptures, when people encounter God, it's traumatic. So when I think about the question, how do you experience God? I certainly think about those instances in my life when I have felt incredibly blessed. I think about those times when I'm reading the scriptures and things just start making sense to me. I think about when I sit down to write a sermon and the ideas just flow. I think about those things. I do think about the times when I have been comforted, when God has just come to me just inside, or when God has used other people to minister to me, to encourage me, to love me. I experience God through people. But when I consider the traumatic encounters of God in the Old and the New Testament, I think about those times when I have been consumed by the guilt of my sin, when I have done something wrong and I can't let go of it, where it just eats away at me. And it's in those moments too that I experience God. I also experience God in the act of confession. I don't confess to a priest. That's just not my denomination's thing. But when I confess my sins to God, and when I confess my sin to whoever it is I've sinned against, whether it be my wife or my friend or whoever, that's when I experience God as well. Because I experience him in the forgiveness, in that sense of relief as the weight is lifted off of my shoulders. So yeah, there are a lot of ways we experience God, but they don't always have to make us feel good initially. I think a good litmus test to determine whether or not we really are experiencing something of the divine is, does it move me beyond myself? Or is there a sense of that discomfort or that awe that seems to accompany other people's experiences with God? So let me pose the question to you. How do you experience God? Let me know in the comments below. This has been Daily Vlog number 72. 293 to go. I'll talk to you tomorrow.